everyone, welcome back to IQRA IAS, and today we'll be covering current affairs for the last week of February. So as always, without wasting any time, let's just directly get into it. And the first topic we have this week is Carbon Watch app. Okay. But before we proceed with this, I'd like to make you understand what carbon footprint is, क्योंकि ये app उसी से related है, all right? So carbon footprint, as we all know, is the amount of greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide only, which is released into the atmosphere by a particular human activity, all right? And it is said that transportation sector generates the largest share of greenhouse gas emissions, okay? So to assess this carbon footprint only, Chandigarh has recently launched this app. Okay, so Chandigarh has become the first state of the Union Territory to launch this app. Now the major question arises over here is that what this app exactly will be doing, or what are the applications of this app, okay, and how it will going to be operated. So this app in particular is going to ask you 4 details, ठीक है, 4 details ये पूछने वाले हैं, and on the basis of these details only, it is going to assess an individual or the family, or everyone. So let's see what are those 4 details. All right. So first category here is the water category, ठीक है, wherein you will have to provide the water consumption कि जितना भी आप water consume कर रहे हो, you'll need to provide the data to this app, और इसी के basis पर they are going to assess कि how much are you consuming it, और आपका carbon footprint कितना है. All right. Next one is energy category, wherein you will be providing them your electricity units कितने आ रहे हैं आपके. So you'll be providing your units का detail, ठीक है, monthly जो भी आपके units निकलते हैं electricity bill के, you need to provide all those details to them, right? Third one is waste category, right? Here you need to inform about the waste generated by an individual or by a family, right? The last one is the transport category, wherein you'll need to tell them, wherein you need to provide them कि कौन सा आप transportation method use कर रहे हो, whether it is a 2-wheeler or a bicycle or a four-wheeler, what exactly are you using. So these are the 4 categories you need to provide them, and इसी के basis पर they'll be assessing your carbon footprint. All right, and along with this, they'll also be providing the solutions. ठीक है, what are those solutions would be, like for example they'll be suggesting you कि इस particular इस particular transportation की जगह आप ये वाला alternative use कर सकते हो, so that your carbon footprint could be reduced. All right, so such kind of solutions they are going to provide. For instance, if a user says they usually travel in a car, okay, the app would suggest that taking public transport or a bicycle. So these kind of solutions this app generally is going to provide you. All right, so that was all about it. To summarize, we've read about कि carbon footprint होता क्या है. Well, this is more important to know कि carbon footprint क्या है, right? And for our prelims, this is important कि Chandigarh has become the first country to do this, okay, this to launch this app. Also in your mains examination you can quote, अगर कोई भी environment या pollution related कुछ भी आता है तो हम example में we can always quote such the name of such apps and the name of the state or the region where they've been launched. All right, so that was all about this topic. Up next we have Saksham campaign. So this Saksham campaign is basically to convince the consumer, the public, so that we can switch to a cleaner fuel, and we can. It is also going to help us in certain behavioral to bring behavioral changes as well, to use the fossil fuels intelligently, ठीक है, ताकि हम एक better cleaner fuel की तरफ जा सकें, right? So recently this Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, again very important for a prelim specifically, ठीक है, they might ask you that Saksham belongs to which ministry. So this campaign belongs to Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gases, but obvious because as this is related with the the better fuel changes, so that we can switch to cleaner fuel, so definitely it will belong to the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry only, right? In short, this is a fuel conservation campaign which was organized by, like I told you, it is going to be organized by Petroleum Conservation Research Association, right? और इसका जो aim है वो यही है, so that it can sensitize us about how we can conserve and how we can efficiently use the petroleum products, so that environment could get better as well as our health could get better, right? That's the main aim of this campaign. All right. Apart from this, there are 7 key drivers जिसके बारे में ये awareness create करेगा this campaign, and what are those key things जिसके बारे में ये awareness spread करने वाला है, and further it is going to achieve its thing by spreading this awareness. So the first would be moving towards gas based economy, ठीक है, cleaner use of fossil fuels like we discussed. This is the major aim of this campaign. Apart from this, it will also be focusing upon great reliance on domestic sources to drive biofuels. रेन्यूएबल टारगेट्स जो भी हमने सेट किए हुए हैं वो हम वो अचीव कर पाएँ, हम इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यूज़ कर पाएँ, राइट, क्लीनर फ्यूल हम यूज़ कर पाएँ, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल हाइड्रोजन हम यूज़ कर पाएँ, ठीक है, और डिजिटल इनोवेशंस जो हैं उनको हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ला पाएँ इन दी एनर्जी सेक्टर. सो दैट इज़ द मेजर एम ऑफ दिस campaign. Now talking about this organization PCRA, that is Petroleum Conservation Research Association. तो ये एक non-profit society है which comes under the Ministry of Petroleum only, ठीक है. It was established in 1971. No need to remember the year as such, but yes, the ministry becomes always important for our exam, right? ये एक national government agency है which as the name only suggests that it helps in promoting the energy efficiency in various sectors of the economy. All right, so yeah, that was all about this topic. To summarize, Saksham campaign, the very first and the foremost thing you need to remember about this, ki what exactly this campaign is related to. They might give you this direct question ki whether Saksham campaign, what Saksham campaign is related to, whether it is related to education or cleaner fuel, these things, or environment, or they might give you a lot of those 4 options. So the first job of yours is to memorize that it is related with cleaner fuel consumption, ठीक है, okay. And second, you need to remember the name of the ministry. That is all. These are the 2 things you need to remember, right? So that was all for this topic. Moving on, up next we have Asia Environmental Enforcement Award 2020. In this particular topic, I'm exactly going to tell you कि आपको क्या exactly ध्यान रखना है या क्या पढ़ना है, what exactly you need to remember for our exam. So there are just 3 things you need to remember. The first one is this award has, who has recently received this award, ठीक है. So Wildlife Crime Control Bureau, that is WCCB, recently उन्होंने ये award receive किया है, and what is the name of this award? Asia Environmental Enforcement Award 2020. Knowing more, so this becomes the first point, that who has received this. Also there could be another probable question कि WCCB को क्या ये award पहली बार मिला है. So no, they've received it like second time. पहली बार इनको 2018 में मिला था, right? So and this time it is the second time they've received this award, right? So ये 2 questions, make sure you remember these 2 questions. Now talking about the award itself. So this award is given by, again, these organizations you need to remember कि this award is given by UNEP, UNDP, UNODC, CITES, Interpol. तो इन सब की partnership में, I mean to say that UNEP with partnership of all these organizations give this award. Alright, now talking about this WCCB जिसको ये award मिला है, that is Wildlife Crime Control Bureau. ये एक statutory body है, which is, of course, if it is statutory, so it was established by Government of India only, and it comes under Ministry of Environment and Forest, and its basic aim is to combat the wildlife crimes. So that's the basic aim of this organization, and they've achieved really good, and for that only they've received this particular award. All right, so that was all about WCCB. There's another thing I'd like to add here is about Operation Wildnet. So here, focus on these 2 terms, separate the 2 terms, break the 2 terms and focus on them. The first term is wild, another term is net, which is related to internet. So this operation, what it is going to do, it is basically going to stop or combat or contain the the illegal wildlife trade which is going on through internet, ठीक है, online जो platforms के through Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, any kind of social media app के through अगर कोई भी illegal wildlife trade हो रही है animals की, you know, so it is going to combat those wildlife crime. That is the major aim of this app, this operation, I'm sorry, right? So to summarize this topic, we've read about who has recently received this award and who has given this award, right? UNEP we've read about, and ये partnership में make sure at least आपको UNEP याद रहे. If you don't remember the partners, just remember the name of UNEP. That is more important for this, right? We've also read about the body itself. I mean WCCB, Wildlife Crime Control Bureau itself, and about Operation Wild Net. That was majorly all about this topic. Moving on. Up next we have IIT Council and Autonomy. So recently a council was being organized, ठीक है, whose major aim was to discuss, was to, you know, find out that how are we going to implement the new education policy which has recently came in 2020. तो उसको कैसे implement करना है, right? For our exam perspective, what's the first question which is important is to remember that council was headed by Union Education Minister. अगर कोई भी important council न्यूज़ में है, मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर कि उसको हेड किसने किया था, और हु इज़ द हेड और हु इज़ द चेयरमैन ऑफ दैट particular council or that organization which was held, और अगर वो न्यूज़ में है तो make sure you remember it, right? Next probable things for our exam is obviously to know about what all happened, कि क्या recommendations आए उस council के and all of this. So now talking about the recommendations, as we all know that National Education Policy talked about giving the greater autonomy to IITs. तो इस council ने भी, इस discussion ने भी, इनके recommendations ने भी सबसे पहला point यही discuss करा था that IITs should be given more autonomy, right? Apart from this, they've also said कि there should be reduction in the staff strength. Of course उससे budget का भी problem एक solve होगा, तो जहाँ पर भी आपको staff strength ज़्यादा दिख रही है, we need to reduce that. Third recommendation they've recommended was that we need to arrange the online IIT R&D fair, ठीक है, so that they can link the work of the IITs with the industries, all right? So ये fair organize करने की एक recommendation थी. And the fourth one was the IIT should develop an institute development plan so that mobility of faculty, institute और industry के बीच में better हो सके, improve हो सके, right? So these 2 points basically suggest ki how can we connect them well with the industries, and the upper these 2 points suggest that the strength of the staff should be reduced and they should be given more autonomy. That's there was the major recommendation of the IIT Council. All right. So yeah, there was all about this topic. Up next we have. Okay, so it's Go Electric campaign. Sorry for the spelling mistake. It's campaign, not company. So Go Electric campaign. So recently, Union Minister for Road and Transport ने ये एक campaign release किया है. That is Go Electric campaign. As the name indicates, it is basically to boost the electric vehicles का जो यूज़ है और उनका जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है उसको हम बूस्ट कर सके. दैट इज़ द मेजर एम बिहाइंड दिस कैंपेन, राइट? एंड दिस कैंपेन विल बी सपोर्टेड बाय द BEE, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. To talk about the objective, that I've already told you that it is going to boost the confidence of electric vehicle manufacturers, क्योंकि जितनी ज़्यादा awareness spread होगी regarding electric vehicle, their EV charging infrastructure in India, the more manufacturing is going to take place. So that's the entire objective behind this campaign. All right, and like I told you, the Bureau of Energy Efficiency is going to provide the technical support to achieve this. Okay, now talking about this body, I must tell you, this is a really important body. UPSC have already asked question about this and about the another body called EESL. ठीक है, so make sure कि कुछ भी organizations या कोई भी bodies अगर newspaper में काफ़ी बार repeat हो रही हैं, time and again you see them, like for example NGT is something जो I guess रोज़ ही newspaper में आता है. So that becomes really important for us to little research about that particular body. Okay. Now coming back to our BEE, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency, एक statutory body है. The first question, this is the first question only, कि whether it is a statutory body or what kind of body it is. तो ये statutory body है, 2002 में बनी थी under. अगर ये statutory है तो of course it was established under some act, under Government of India का कोई act ही होगा, तभी इसको हम statutory body बोलते हैं. That's the law. So Energy Conservation Act 2001 के under इसको establish किया गया था. Right, so that was all about it. to summarize this topic, Go Electric campaign is about promoting and spreading awareness on electric vehicles and electric mobility in the country. And we have also read about this body. This is an important one. Okay, moving on to the next one. Up next we have India Energy Outlook 2021. Like I always tell you that the first question जो कि prelims में सबसे ज़्यादा important होता है is to remember कि which organization releases such kind of outlooks या कोई भी report या outlook जो भी होता है, make sure you take a page and especially prelims के आसपास you make a कुछ जो भी important रही हैं न्यूज़ में, या फिर आप साथ के साथ भी बना सकते हो, आप एक पेज पे छोटा छोटा करके उसको नोट डाउन कर लो so that you can revise just a few days before your prelims, right? So IEA, that is International Energy Agency, releases this India Energy Outlook. ठीक है, what exactly it is? So this outlook basically it examines कि इंडिया की जो growing एनर्जी डिमांड है उसको हम कैसे मीट कर सकते हैं. इट ऑल्सो सजेस्ट वेज कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वेयर एग्जैक्टली वी नीड टू इन्वेस्ट सो दैट वी कैन मीट द इंडियाज ग्रोइंग एनर्जी डिमांड, right? So that's the basic goal. Also this like I said, this could also be put in these words that it aims to ensure reliable and affordable and sustainable energy for the population, for the growing India's population, right? There are certain कुछ outlook है या कोई report है तो उसकी findings भी होती हैं, उसकी कुछ recommendations भी होती हैं. So these are let's now read about the findings of this report. The first finding says कि energy consumer में India कहाँ stand करता है. So India is the 4th largest global energy consumer, right? This is a factual point we can quote in a mains examination, or they might directly ask you in prelims as well. So make sure you remember this, that we are the 4th largest global energy consumer behind China, US and EU. Okay, if we talk about the natural gas demand की gas की कितनी demand है हमारे यहाँ पर, so India will become the fastest growing market for the natural gas, जिसकी हमारी जो demand है वो triple होने वाली है by 2040. So that's again a fact. Third important finding, it talks about the oil import, कि हम oil का कितना import करते हैं. So India is currently the world's second biggest net importer. China के बाद हम second number पे सबसे ज़्यादा import करते हैं, right? Renewable energy, it says कि इंडिया का जो शेयर है renewable energy में is the second largest in the world, again after China only. Okay, कोल की डिमांड हमारे यहाँ पर 80% है of the India's needs, which are met by 3 fuels. एक तो कोल, ऑयल और सॉलिड बायोमास से हमारी ज़्यादातर डिमांड्स जो होती हैं वो पूरी होती हैं. ग्लोबल एमिटर, if we rank ourselves, if we rank our country in terms of global emitter, so we are the 3rd largest global emitter of carbon dioxide. Okay, that's but by 2040, this finding also says कि 2040 तक India's emission of carbon dioxide could rise as much as 50%. So that's again, a cause of concern. Urban population, which is always a cause of concern. So it says, the report says कि 2040 तक 270 million people are likely to be added to the urban population, जिससे of course जो energy का जो demand है, it is going to rise. So we need to think about it, we need to plan things accordingly, right? So ये जो भी outlooks होते हैं या findings होती हैं, so these are really important for us so that we can plan the future, plan the demands accordingly. So to summarize, we've read about who releases this report for our prelims. ये important हो जाता है. India Energy Outlook is released by International Energy Agency. Second, these are the findings of this report. That is it about this topic. Up next we have, all right, so this is an important topic especially for our exam perspective. So this is intensified mission Indradhanush 3.0. तो अभी 3.0 वर्जन रिलीज हुआ है मिशन इंद्रधनुष का, जो कि बहुत टाइम से 2013-14 से न्यूज़ में है. सो इट इज़ रियली इंपॉर्टेंट, स्पेशली जो ऐसे वाले कुछ स्कीम्स होती हैं ना, कुछ गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स हो गए हैं, कुछ गवर्नमेंट कैंपेन्स हो गए हैं जो ऐसे 6-7-10 साल से लगातार न्यूज़ में है. मेक श्योर यू डेफिनेटली प्रिपेयर देम फॉर योर एग्ज़ाम, क्योंकि वो they might ask you questions from there. All right, so if we talk about little history of it, so there's a program called expanded program of immunization जो शुरू में 1978 में this program called expanded program of immunization got started, but 85 में 1985 में हमने इसको चेंज किया इसका नाम, और इसको हमने यूनिवर्सल इम्यूनाइजेशन प्रोग्राम रख दिया. इसको ऑफ कोर्स इसके सिर्फ नाम ही नहीं चेंज किया, प्रोग्राम के अंदर भी काफ़ी सारी मॉडिफिकेशंस वी बॉट एंड वी नेम्ड इट एज यूनिवर्सल इम्यूनाइजेशन प्रोग्राम. सो दैट वाज ऑल अबाउट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इट. नाउ इट सेज दैट दिस इज 3.0. तो ऑफ कोर्स फर्स्ट भी कुछ रहा होगा, सेकेंड भी मिशन, इट ऑफ कोर्स एक सीरीज होती है ना, फर्स्ट सेकेंड थर्ड. सो लेट्स फर्स्ट रीड अबाउट मिशन इंद्रधनुष, जब ये शुरू में स्टार्ट हुआ था 2014. like I told you that it started in 2014. इसका mission was this universal immunization program कि universally सबको हमने immunize करना है, ठीक है, with all the available vaccines for children up to 2 years of age, right? That was the major aim. Now what is important for our what is most important for our exam कि इसके अंदर जो भी diseases involved है ना, जो भी diseases आती हैं वो ज़्यादा important है. वो डायरेक्टली कई बार questions पूछ लेते हैं कि मिशन अंदर इंद्रधनुष के अंदर ये वाली diseases आती है. अच्छा, आई लाइक टू ऐड वन थिंग हियर कि मिशन इंद्रधनुष ना एक इकोनॉमी से भी रिलेटेड है. सो मेक श्योर कि आप अकॉर्डिंगली जो भी ऑप्शंस दिया हो आप अकॉर्डिंगली यू मार्क द राइट आंसर. इंद्रधनुष करके इकोनॉमी से भी एक स्कीम रिलेटेड है, बट दिस इज अनदर इंद्रधनुष, ठीक है, विच इज रिलेटेड विद द UIP. सो देर आर 12 वैक्सीन preventable diseases जो इसके अंडर आती हैं. I'll just name them out for you. You need to remember them. You need to learn them. There's no other alternative. So diphtheria is the one, pertussis, tetanus, polio, measles, rubella. ठीक है. Severe form of childhood TB, rotavirus diarrhea, hepatitis B, meningitis, which is related with the brain, and pneumonia caused by Haemophilus influenza type B, and pneumococcal pneumonia and Japanese encephalitis. So these are the diseases which comes under the mission Indradhanush. इसके लिए हमें vaccination मिलेगा. There will be universal immunization program regarding these particular diseases. However, mission Indradhanush में vaccination against JE, that is Japanese encephalitis और influenza type B, ये दो vaccinations जो हैं ये सिर्फ selected districts में ही प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे, ये यूनिवर्सली नहीं होंगे. सो दीज आर द टू एक्सेप्शंस हियर. द फर्स्ट वन इज जापानीज एंसेफेलाइटिस एंड द सेकंड वन इज हीमोफीलियस इन्फ्लुएंजा टाइप बी. ये कुछ सेलेक्टेड एरियाज में ही वैक्सीनेशन इनकी अवेलेबल होगी, नॉट इन द इंटायर कंट्री. सो इट विल नॉट बी यूनिवर्सली अवेलेबल. दैट्स द पॉइंट टू मेक हियर. ओके, हैविंग टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस, नाउ इसका एक अपडेटेड वर्जन भी लॉन्च हुआ था विच इज कॉल्ड इंटेंसिफाइड मिशन इंद्रधनुष, जो 2017 में लॉन्च हुआ था. इसका एम भी ऑलमोस्ट वही था, दैट टू वैक्सीनेट ईच एंड एवरी चाइल्ड अप टू 2 years of age only. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इसका ये भी था दैट इट ऑल्सो वैक्सीनेट ऑल दोज प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन who have left uncovered under the routine immunization program. ठीक है, तो प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन का यहाँ पर एडिशन हुआ था, दैट इज वाई उसको हमने इंटेंसिफाइड मिशन इंद्रधनुष भी कहा था, राइट. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम नॉट जस्ट द प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन, दे हैव ऑल्सो गिवन स्पेशल अटेंशन टू दी अर्बन स्लम्स, और जो वहाँ पर जो माइग्रेटरी पॉपुलेशंस होते हैं ना, तो उन पे भी थोड़ा अटेंशन के लिए दे फोकस्ड अपॉन देम, राइट. सो दिस वाज अबाउट मिशन इंद्रधनुष जो इनिशियली शुरू हुआ था, when it first started in 2014. Then next comes 2.0. फिर उसके बाद 2.0 आया, now it is 3.0 which is going on. So intensified mission इंद्रधनुष 2.0 ये 2019 में आया. You can remember the year if you want to. बाकी make sure कि 2014 तो आपको याद रहे कि 2014 में it basically initially started, and the name of the diseases, this is important for us to remember. 2.0 के बारे में अगर हम बात करें तो अगेन इसका भी सेम वही था, बट देर आर सम एडिशनल थिंग्स इन इट डेफिनेटली. तो इसका भी वही था दैट इट एम्स टू टारगेट द फुल इम्यूनाइजेशन कवरेज 27 स्टेट्स की, राइट. अलॉन्ग विद दिस कुछ यूपी बिहार के कुछ टारगेटेड ब्लॉक्स और पार्ट्स लिए थे जहाँ पर फुल इम्यूनाइजेशन करना था, राइट. और ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशंस पे भी उन्होंने काफ़ी काम किया, या फिर अंडर डिजर्व पॉपुलेशन जो है, ट्राइबल एरियाज जो हैं उन पे भी इन्होंने फोकस करने की कोशिश करी, राइट. नाउ the current dimension of this topic which we are reading today, that is 3.0 इसका version आ गया 3.0 अभी जो scheme है that is going on. So this basically aims to cover whom? The children, pregnant women, ठीक है, who have missed the routine immunization. जो कोविड-19 की वजह से, पैंडमिक की वजह से जिनका इम्यूनाइजेशन छूट गया है, उन लोगों को कवर करने के लिए दिस 3.0 has come up with, right? और इसके beneficiaries migrant से लेके migrant areas, again tribals पे भी वो ध्यान देने वाले हैं, but इसका major aim is to handle the people, is to vaccinate the people जो कि पैंडमिक के टाइम पे जिनकी वैक्सीनेशन या फिर जो रूटीन इम्यूनाइजेशन होता है वो मिस हो गया है, right? So that is about it. To summarize this topic, it was a long one but an important topic. So we've discussed about which ministry it comes under. It comes under Union Health Ministry, ठीक है. एंड वी ऑल्सो टॉक्ड अबाउट इसकी हिस्ट्री कि पहले इसको EPI बोलते थे, देन अब इसको फिर UIP बोलते हैं. 1985 में इसको UIP हम बोलने लगे. मिशन इंद्रधनुष इनिशियली 2014 में शुरू हुआ था. दीज आर दी डिजीजेस, दीज आर द डिजीजेस विच कम्स अंडर इट, जिसके अगेंस्ट हमें वैक्सीनेट करना है लोगों को, ठीक है. उसके बाद हमने इसके 2 वर्जन्स पढ़े. The first one, the initial one, which came in 2014, then another one which came in 2019, and this is the recent one which came at the time of pandemic. All right, that was all about it. Up next we have Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. So this Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development, there are just 2 things again. मैं हर टॉपिक से पहले I'll keep informing you कि what exactly are the things you need to remember regarding these topic, especially for our exam, ताकि आपको बहुत ज़्यादा ना पढ़ना पड़े, ठीक है. Selective reading is always good, especially if we are preparing for some exam, right? क्योंकि इतनी ज़्यादा information कभी भी याद रखनी भी नहीं होती और याद रखी भी नहीं जाती. So that's also in point. Okay. So Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development ये एक सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम है. सेंट्रल सेक्टर विच इज़ जो कि सेंटर ही कम्प्लीटली जिसको स्पॉन्सर करता है, वो सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम होती है, जिसमें पूरा फंड जो है सेंटर का होता है. दिस अनदर स्कीम कॉल्ड सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम, जिसमें सेंटर और स्टेट दोनों का शेयर होता है. दैट इज सेंट्रल स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम, राइट. इस स्कीम का बेसिक major जो aim है, so there are 2 things you need to remember, that it is a central sector scheme, ठीक है. Ministry, as the name indicates, Ministry of Animal Husbandry and Fisheries और Dairying के अंडर ही आता है, ठीक है. So the first thing, सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम है, इस मिनिस्ट्री के अंदर आता है. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द एम ऑफ दिस? सो इसका एम है कि हमारे कंट्री में जो भी मिल्क या मीट का जो प्रोडक्शन है उसको इंक्रीज करना है. And of course, if that will increase, we can export it more and more. So to increase the export of it and to increase the production of it and the processing capacity of it. So that's the ultimate goal of this scheme. Also, if this is going to happen, there'll be generation of employment and entrepreneurship in this sector. So that is also one of the objective behind this, right? And these are the following entities which will be eligible scheme ke under. First will be farmer producer organization will be eligible for this. They can they can come under this. Private companies भी इस scheme के under आएंगी. Individual entrepreneurs are also welcome. And section 8 वाली जो companies होती है, they are also in MSME sectors as well, right? So to summarize this topic, there is a center sector scheme जो अभी जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ रहे हैं, right? Objective इसका हमने देखा. Objective is simple, that we are going to increase the milk and the meat processing capacity, and also we're going to overall increase the production of it so that we can eventually increase the export of our country, and it will also gradually increase the employment, which is what जो सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है आज के टाइम में. Okay. What are the more benefits of this scheme? So the first benefit it is going to have is the loan contribution, कि 90% जो है वो आपको गवर्नमेंट लोन प्रोवाइड कर देगी. जो scheduled banks जो है हमारे कंट्री में, वो आपको लोन प्रोवाइड कर देंगे if you if in case you want to open such kind of services under the scheme. So 90% आपको लोन मिल जाएगा, 10% you need to put in. Second is आपको कुछ इंटरेस्ट पे सबवेंशन, कुछ इंटरेस्ट पे छूट मिलेगी, तो 3% का इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन आपको मिल जाएगा. जो भी एलिजिबल बेनिफिशरीज होंगे अंडर द स्कीम, तो उनको 3% पे इंटरेस्ट की छूट मिलेगी. सेकेंड इज लोन मोरेटोरियम. तो 2 साल का आपको लोन मोरेटोरियम पीरियड आपको मिलेगा प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट पे करने के लिए. सो दैट्स, मेक श्योर रिमेंबर दिस कि 2 साल का प्रिंसिपल अमाउंट पे करने के लिए आपका ये मोरेटोरियम पीरियड है. द लास्ट वन इज क्रेडिट गारंटी फंड, जो कि नबार्ड विच इज़ अ बैंक, जो कि एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर के लिए ही हमारे कंट्री में जो बैंक है नबार्ड. सो दिस NABARD is going to maintain this fund, which further is going to help such services and such beneficiaries, right? So to summarize this topic, we've read about the scheme कि centrally sector scheme है, इस ministry के अंदर आती है, and this is the objective of the scheme, right? And these are the people, these are the entities which comes under the scheme. कि FPO आते हैं, private companies भी आती हैं, so almost everyone comes under this, right? So if they ask you in this in the examination कि सिर्फ FPO ही आते हैं या फिर सिर्फ प्राइवेट कंपनी आती है या फिर प्राइवेट कंपनी नहीं आती या इंडिविजुअल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स नहीं आते, सो मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर कि प्राइवेट कंपनीज भी आती हैं, इंडिविजुअल भी आ सकते हैं, और सेक्शन 8 वाली कंपनीज भी आती है, और MSME भी आती है, ठीक है. सो मेक श्योर यू रिमेंबर दीज पॉइंट्स एंड बेनिफिट्स. we've already discussed, these are the particular benefits of the scheme. All right, moving on. Next one we have City Innovation Index. As we all know that the urban population is increasing day by day, right? And with the increasing population, the challenges comes eventually with the increase in population. So to deal with those challenges, we are going to, we are establishing, or we are designing certain platforms and certain solutions which can help us to deal with the problems which are arising due to the rise in population. Okay, so this particular innovation index is related to that only. First of all, the ministry, you need to remember, housing and urban affairs ने ये platform release किया है. This is basically going to design the innovative solutions जो कि आज urban population की वजह से, ग्रोइंग अर्बन पॉपुलेशन की वजह से जितने भी चैलेंजेस या जितने भी प्रॉब्लम्स, इट इज गोइंग टू हेल्प डिजाइन द इनोवेटिव सॉल्यूशंस टू सच प्रॉब्लम्स. सो दैट इज द बेसिक एजेंडा ऑफ दिस सिटी इनोवेशन इंडेक्स. ओके, एंड सिग्निफिकेंस एंड द इम्पोर्टेंस उसके नाम से ही पता चल रही है, राइट? एंड व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दिस प्लेटफॉर्म इज गोइंग टू डू कि सिटीजन्स या फिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और जितने भी एकेडमिक्स हैं, बिजनेस है, गवर्नमेंट है, उन सबको ये एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पे लेके आएगा, सो दैट सॉल्यूशंस कुड बी फाइंड at a single platform in a better and planned way. All right, and this platform will also help the cities in adopting solutions, and they will enhance the quality of life for the residents. Moreover, ease of doing business को भी ये promote करने वाला है. Of course, if those problems could be solved, ease of doing business eventually would be improved, right? Apart from this, it will also be significant कि ग्रोइंग जो इनोवेशन सिस्टम है हमारे इंडिया में, जो इनोवेशन प्रैक्टिसेस हो रही हैं, उसको भी फॉस्टर करने में ये हेल्प करेगा. दिस न्यू थिंग आई लाइक टू इंट्रोड्यूस यू हियर, एक्सेलरेटिंग ग्रोथ ऑफ न्यू इंडियाज इनोवेशन. तो ये एक बेसिकली ये एक प्रोग्राम है जिसका मेजर एम ये है कि जितने भी टेक्नोलॉजिकल इनोवेशंस हैं हमारे कंट्री में, उनको कमर्शलाइज करना. कमर्शलाइज इन द सेंस कि जितने भी इनोवेशंस आ रहे हैं या बन रहे हैं, जो भी इन्वेंट हो रहे हैं, उनको मार्केट से रिलेट करना, उनको मार्केट से कनेक्ट करना, right? So commercialize here means that connecting those solutions, connecting those innovations with the market. So that's the major aim of this Agni, that is accelerating growth of New India's innovation. And this program comes under PM STIAC, that is PM Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council. ये एक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का ही मिशन है, right? Which is and this program is of the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor. You don't need to remember this, just remember the name of this PM STIAC. That is this program is a part of this mission called Prime Minister Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council. This name is important, not this Principal Scientific Advisory. This PM STIAC is important for you to remember, right? So to summarize, we have read about कि city innovation index किसने launch किया है, which ministry has launched this. Apart from this, we have also read कि what exactly it is about, what exactly it is going to do. तो ये जो भी urban challenges हैं, urban problems हैं, उनके solutions को innovate करने के लिए it talks about. Significance, we've talked कि everybody will be coming to a single platform and they'll be finding the solutions for such problems. ठीक है. एक्सेलरेटिंग ग्रोथ, अग्नि के बारे में हमने पढ़ा कि जो भी इनोवेशंस है उनको कमर्शलाइज करने की इसकी एक कोशिश है. ऑलराइट, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन. सो नेक्स्ट है स्टेट ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट रिपोर्ट 2021. अगेन एन इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फॉर आवर एनवायरनमेंट एंड इकोलॉजी पेपर 3. इस रिपोर्ट को काफ़ी रिलायबल और काफ़ी क्रेडिबल रिपोर्ट माना जाता है. काफ़ी अच्छी और काफ़ी क्रेडिबल रिपोर्ट होती है. वी कैन रिलाई ऑन दिस रिपोर्ट. इसकी फाइंडिंग्स काफ़ी सही होती हैं. सो एंड इट इज़ बेसिकली रिलीज्ड और पब्लिश बाय द सेंटर फॉर साइंस एंड एनवायरनमेंट अलॉन्ग विद द डाउन टू अर्थ की जो मैगजीन्स भी हम पढ़ते हैं, तो इट इज़ रिलीज्ड बाय देम. लेट्स डायरेक्टली टॉक अबाउट इट्स फाइंडिंग्स. तो 3 पार्ट्स में इन्होंने 3 बेसिकली अलग अलग डायमेंशंस में इन्होंने फाइंडिंग्स अपनी बताई हैं. सबसे पहले पैंडमिक का क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ है, राइट. फिर सस्टेनेबल गोल्स के बारे में इन्होंने बताया है. एंड द थर्ड वन देव टॉक्ड अबाउट बायोडाइवर्सिटी एंड फॉरेस्ट के बारे में इन्होंने कुछ चीज़ें बताई हैं. सेक्शन वाइज अब हम देखते हैं कोविड-19 पैंडमिक का इम्पैक्ट के बारे में. देव टॉक्ड अबाउट कि पैंडमिक जनरेशन, देव सेड कि न्यूबॉर्न जो है या फिर देयर इज अ फाइंडिंग व्हिच सेज दैट 375 बिलियन चिल्ड्रन हैव अ लॉन्ग लास्टिंग इम्पैक्ट रेंजिंग फ्रॉम बीइंग अंडरवेट, स्टंटिंग, increased child mortality. So these are the impact of pandemic जो कि बच्चों पे हुआ है, which this report has found. Okay, hidden victims of pandemic के कुछ hidden victims हैं. Like for example, जो स्कूल dropouts हैं, globally जितने भी स्कूल dropouts बच्चे हैं उसमें से India accounts for more than 50%, and that's huge, like huge. Okay, so this is another impact of pandemic. Okay, increase in poverty, ये तो of course poverty, job losses, तो ये सब तो हुए ही हैं. So COVID-19 has turned the world's poor into the poorer. That's again a finding this report is saying. It says that 115 million additional people might get pushed into the extreme poverty, and most of them live in South Asia. Okay. So the next section जिसके बारे में इन्होंने फाइंडिंग्स निकाली है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स. सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स पे डायरेक्टली इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द रैंकिंग, सो आउट ऑफ 192 कंट्रीज वी स्टैंड एट 117. 117 पोजीशन पे हम हैं. और हमारा जो बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट है इन आवर कंट्री इज केरला. मेक श्योर यू एटलीस्ट रिमेंबर दो के नाम, द बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट एंड द वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट. द बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट इज केरला एंड द वर्स्ट परफॉर्मिंग इज बिहार. ऑलराइट, सो this is about the SDG ranking. Biodiversity and forest की if we talk about, so environmental crimes जो हैं वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहे हैं. This report is suggesting this. Also जो कि forest की जो land होती है उसका भी diversion जो है बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है. और इसके लिए इन्होंने एक एग्जाम्पल भी, एक फैक्ट भी कोट किया है कि रिसेंटली ना 8 कोल प्रोजेक्ट्स को ग्रांट किया गया था. एक नो गो एरिया जो होते हैं जहाँ पर कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं होना चाहिए, वहाँ पर भी 8 कोल प्रोजेक्ट्स को अभी क्लियरेंस मिला था. दैट्स अ रियली कॉज ऑफ कंसर्न. सो टू समराइज दिस टॉपिक, we've read about this report, who releases this report, right, who publishes this report basically. Okay, and we've read about the Tino findings of this report. Okay, so that was all about this. The last topic we have this week is Swachh Iconic Places Initiatives. I'm sorry, this is not initiates, this is initiative. There's a spelling mistake here. So again, there are 2 things you need to remember regarding this topic. सबसे पहले what this Swachh Iconic Places initiative is all about, right, and who is the ministry behind it. So recently Ministry of Jal Shakti under which mission, under Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. So Swachh Bharat Mission के भी 2 parts है ना, ग्रामीण, अर्बन और रूरल वाले. So under Swachh Bharat Mission ग्रामीण, Ministry of Jal Shakti ने ये एक initiative लिया है along with the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation के साथ. So they have announced 12 iconic sites. कुछ sites इन्होंने add करी हैं, I mean कुछ iconic sites announce करी हैं. And as the name indicates, what they are going to do exactly after identifying those sites, they are going to make sure कि उन 12 जगहों पे sanitation and cleanliness should be assured, right? Cleanliness and sanitation should be there उन 12 जगहों जो भी iconic sites इन्होंने रिलीज करी हैं उनके आसपास cleanliness and sanitation they have to maintain. That's the major aim behind announcing such sites. So one thing that it is under Ministry of Jal Shakti, under which mission? Swachh Bharat mission. Okay, and the second thing, what exactly it aims at. Okay, so these are the things you need to remember for your exam. So with this, we come to an end of our weekly discussion. I hope it was informative. Thank you so much.